What if I told you that within 1 week you could see the scales go down, an inch lost from your hips, a reduction in body fat, and a massive improvement in your mental clarity? Well, you can. You can't transform your physique in 1 week, but your habits, that's another conversation. There's a few key things to get right if you want to see the scales go down, a reduction in body fat, and you want to get those mental improvements from just only a week of training. Today I'm going to talk you through what they are, how you can make those changes so that you can actually see those results within 7 days. And I'm also going to give you a real life example of a client that has joined my program and made these changes and got this progress over the last 7 days. For anyone new around here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm a Team GB gymnast turned fat loss coach. And at any point during this video, if you think, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about, and you want a little bit more information about what I do and how I help people, the first link in the description is going to give you everything you need to lose your next pound of body fat over the next 24 days for free. It's basically all of my top tips from years working with clients and as a high-level performing gymnast for Team GB and being on Gladiators. You can grab that absolutely free, absolutely free. So last week I had a new client join the program. His name is Luke, and great guy. He was just fed up of his current situation, knew he needed a change, wanted to make all of those changes that I listed at the start: reduction in body fat, feel better and happier about the way he looks and feels, have more confidence, have an actual structured, progressive plan in the gym, all of these things that you guys may be experiencing too. He jumped in the program, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the results Luke got later on. However, I think you can learn something from what I gave him and what I helped him with, how he applied this to his life, and just the challenges that you may find when doing this. So when anyone new joins the program, the first thing we do is have a chat to actually find out more about the problems they are facing. These can be from a change in their life that's caused them to derail and maybe start comfort eating. It could be they don't know what to do when they go into the gym. They're too worried or scared about what people may think when they go into the gym. They've tried diet fads in the past. They don't have a clue when it comes to nutrition or what food they're consuming. There's so hundreds and thousands of reasons why. But often there's a few common things that these clients who join my program all have in common. The first thing we discovered was that he knew what he should probably be eating, but he didn't track it, so he let himself kind of go over. He knows what foods are probably better for him to consume when he's trying to lose body fat, but he had no reason to actually do it. He had no one keeping him accountable and no reason to stick to what he wanted to achieve. This is such a big one, and this is why 90% of the results people get when they sign up to work with something, or when you sign up to a program, you've exchanged money for a service, so you feel inclined then to act on it. Otherwise, it would be a waste of money. This is such a big reason why people get great results. Often when programs are more expensive, you might get a greater result. Another thing that he struggled with was his routine. He works in a particular environment which his routine can change very quickly. He may be working in the morning for a few days and then maybe in the evening for a few days, and quite a strict environment, quite maybe an intimidating environment for somebody who's maybe not 100% confident in the gym. So I had to try and break down some of these beliefs initially. We then started our nutrition protocol, which is a few things, but essentially it's making sure you have everything you need to succeed or work towards the next step of your goal, whether that's fat loss or muscle gain. So for this client, it was putting him in a calorie deficit where he would be consuming less calories than he was burning day to day, which is where you need to be if you're trying to lose weight, lose body fat, obviously. So the body is burning more energy than it's getting, it's consuming. We made sure he had a high protein target, which is also going to help with maintaining that calorie deficit, but also when it comes to training. I took a 3-day food diary from him just to see what his eating habits were like and if there was anywhere where we could maybe adjust or make some subtle changes or bits of advice, tips and tricks to make the process a little bit easier. I suggested that this client tracks his calories only because he needs to see actually how many calories are in the foods he's consuming. You may want to do this, you may not want to do this. Do you have to? No. Does it make it easier? Probably. It's one of those things. Do I think you should track them forever? No. Yeah, you should enjoy your life. Not everyone wants to be on MyFitnessPal every day of their life, but if you're in a particular strict focused diet phase, it's probably going to help and make it easier. Then we took a little bit of action with his routine. We always start basic and simple, okay? What do I want you to do? I want you to be training at least a couple times a week. With this client, we started twice a week. He smashed that in the first week, and we'll probably look at maybe increasing it. But I know, and I've coached enough people to know, that if I gave someone too much to do, I do this myself. If I give myself too much to do, nothing gets done. I get overwhelmed and I don't do it. So what I always start with is the basics, simple things they can action. How can we be more active? Making sure our food and nutrition is top tier, so on it, because that's going to drive the success. And a simple but effective training plan that meets the client where they are right now, whether they've been lifting for 5 years or they've just stepping into the gym for the first time, and teaches them what's a well-rounded routine. How do we perform exercises, movements, lifts? What are the key things when it comes to training? How do we make this harder slowly over the time? We start small, we build it up week by week by week by week. By signing up to work with me, he also gains access to our community, which is full of other people chasing similar goals, which is another great place to get accountability, motivation, and to help you stay disciplined, alongside obviously having me in your ear most days when you need it, whether it's well done on that workout or make sure your calories are in line this week. Whatever it is, these are key things. These are probably the reason why you're not where you want to be when it comes to your fitness or your fat loss goal. When you hire a coach, you are essentially condensing the time it takes for you to learn or get towards that thing. That's the way I see coaching in general. So when a client signs up to work with me, essentially they're getting everything they need to succeed in one place and my support to do so, which is why so many people get great results. I gave this client a simple outline of what to do. I wanted him to make sure he hits his calories every single day for the week, train twice, and be a little bit more active when and where he can. We'll come back to that and increasing that over the next few weeks. This client absolutely smashed those goals, and as a result, these are his first week results. This is what he's got. I mean, to go into your second week of working with a coach and having these things is an absolute amazing position to be in. And my job as a coach, and any coach's job, is to help you navigate the hardest part, which is getting started and getting everything in place. Those first few days is the toughest part, and where the coach plays, in my opinion, one of the most important roles. When you can help a client see results like that over the first week, the momentum, the ultimate snowball of fat loss effect flies down that hill. It kicks off something, it sparks something. And you imagine you've joined a program, you see those results, you feel better, you look better, the likelihood of you going on and doing even greater things, making more progress is massive. Often the hardest thing is getting started. And the key thing here is you're not going to transform the way you see yourself in the mirror over 1 week, but you can transform the habits, which if you do that 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 16 weeks in a row, then you have your transformation. I know I make it sound way more simple than it is, but I promise, don't focus on what you want to do over the next 6 months. Focus on, right, what can I do right now to, in 6 months, have completely changed how I look, how I feel, my confidence levels across the board, my physique, everything. I have no doubt that this client will go on to have another successful week. He will encounter challenges, bumps, dips in his journey, and that is absolutely normal. But as long as the overall downward trend is positive, he's going to get great results. I asked him what he would say to somebody who was considering signing up, and here is what he said. Like most things, you will not regret committing to investing in yourself, improving, or joining a program, or unless it's rubbish. Obviously, there's a lot of rubbish coaches there. But ultimately, you're probably going to go into that and wish you started sooner. And this is something I have to remind myself week in, week out, whether it's buying a new piece of equipment or joining a program or getting a mentor, whatever it is, this is exactly a common theme I see again and again and again. You can absolutely work towards and probably achieve your fitness goals without any help from anyone else at all. The problem is you're very, very, very unlikely to be able to commit to it, stick to it, stay dedicated when it gets tough. Sometimes you need someone there to remind you that it's okay, remind you, and this is the direction, this is the bigger picture. Pick you up when you're not being accountable or consistent. Everyone does. I do. I've got a coach. Everyone needs somebody like that, whether it's a friend or a coach. You're just way more likely to succeed when you get some support and you get some help. If you don't know where to start on your fat loss or weight loss journey, the first link in the description, I've put everything you need to know to lose your next or first pound of body fat over the next 24 days, and you can get them for absolutely free. All I want is your email just to tell you about how great I am and the results my clients get every now and then. Not going to bombard you. And if you want to find out a little bit more about what working with me might look like, the second link is going to tell you everything you need to know. And I will say, I always offer a 2-week money back guarantee, because I mean, to be honest, you might be a nightmare client. You might be a nightmare client, but also I'm 100% confident that the level of service I provide, what you get and how you're going to feel after 2 weeks is going to be well worth your investment. And it's none of this pay for 6 months up front. You can join for a week if you want. I don't mind at all. Weekly, monthly. If you want to find out more, second link. It'd be great to work with you in the build up to Christmas. And if you're not quite ready, don't worry. I'll get you one day. We'll be working together soon, Susan. Don't worry. It's always Susan, isn't it? YouTube is going to suggest a video that if you enjoyed this one, you should probably watch, because you've enjoyed this one, you're still here, you're listening, you found it useful, you've clicked the links. So go watch that, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.